Hi everyone, it's Rita from Miss Rita to the Rescue. How are you today? We're getting I think it's our second snowstorm. Yeah, our second snowstorm of the season. This is kind of unusual for us in New England. Lately, we've been getting all of our snow after Christmas, and I'm kind of hoping, actually it's the third snowfall. Third snowfall, but it's all kind of melted. So I love snow. I love snow. I think you probably can tell that based on all of my videos. I love snowflakes, snowmen, and the whole shebang. So today I thought I would show you how to put together this really adorable pop-up that features a red pickup truck with a tree in the back. It's a design from Lori Whitlock, and I'm going to tell you where you can buy it in a sec. But what's really nice about it is it features this print then cut element. So if you have not played around with print then cut, this is a good opportunity. It's like a cut, and you could probably put a mat there as well if you wanted to, but I did not do that. But anyway, so I want to show you how this goes together. We've talked about pop-up cards before, and they really are fun. They're so much fun and super simple once you kind of can understand the concept. Okay, so again, this is really just cut out into a number of different solid cardstocks. I did it very basic. I mean, you could jazz it up as much as you want, or you could leave it this way. It looks nice, simple as well. I cut, this is just a print and cut. So really, you just have to go through the motions of printing it to your printer. An inkjet printer is fine. And then it prints with a box around it, and then you put it through your Cricut, and the Cricut will cut it out. Now, if you didn't even want to do that, you could just print it out and cut it with, with your hand tools. That's okay. And the card consists of two pieces. This is the exterior piece. So it's just that red. Again, you could do different things. You could put a double-sided sheet in there, or whatever you'd like to do. Of course, it's up to you. So we're just going to fold it in half, and then the interior piece is where all the action happens. You'll see that it's basically cut out, and there are these like tabs. I'm going to get in close so you can see. So there are these tabs. Now, the way the pop-ups work is that usually the fold where it's going to go inside, right? Obviously, it's at the halfway point. But the item that's going to pop out is usually cut and with like a little perforation here below the fold. That's what's going to cause it to pop out. And then it has these tabs on the top, and that allows for the paper to fold correctly and be able to open and shut like a pop-up, because it's a pop-up, right? So what's really important is when after you cut this is kind of getting all those folds done without creasing the whole card. So personally, I just use my fingers and just try to crease the parts that have the creases in there. If you guys have a better way of doing it, I'd love to hear it, but this is the way I kind of have always done it. So I do this sort of half fold in the middle, like pinch it, and then I start working with that pop-up, and make sure that it's gonna open and close correctly. So you have to put some creases in there, and you see how that did that. It went from flat with the tabs and the perforation to being a pop-up. Super simple. And then at this point, it's just a matter of decorating it. And the great thing about this one is it has these wonderful trees and the snowflakes in the background. Not exactly done to perspective. So if you're kind of a perspective type of person, maybe not this maybe won't appeal to you, but I just love it because it's just kind of sentimental and cute. Now, let's talk about these tires, because you see that the red part of the truck consists of this, you know, the whole piece, and then it has fenders, and it has these tires. So the first thing that goes on is the tires. Let me just make sure I got the right part of the tire. Yeah, here. You could tell because the bottom of the tire is flat to lay against that part of the pop-up. I'm just gluing that on. I'm just making sure I glue on, whoops. I'm just making sure I'm gluing on the tires first. And I'll tell you why, because then when, you know, the tires are an interior element, right? When you're looking at a truck, they are covered with the fenders. So they need to be put on first. And ask me how I know that, because I've done it the opposite way. Not the best idea. So, okay, so first we put on the tires, and then we come back and we put on this piece, just gluing it in. And remember about the glue. You don't need a lot of glue. You can always add more if you need it, but you can't easily subtract it. So I feel like don't be liberal about it. Just go and be very judicious about your glue usage. There we go. And then we come back with, where's my second fender? Here it is. Then we put the fenders on. So cute, right? It's starting to really shape up too. Let's see, here we go. Put the fender on, and then the other fender. Oh shoot, I forgot something, and that is the tree. And hopefully my glue is still wet, because I want the tree to appear as if it's in the truck. And so I'm going to kind of peel back the part of that. Aha, good, see? And I didn't use a whole lot of glue, so there you go. All right, and so we're gonna take the tree. I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit of glue on part of it, the front and the back, and sort of slip it in there, so that way it appears as if it's in the, what's that called? The back of the truck, the pickup part, the trucky part. So there you go. So there is the tree inside of the truck, and with the fenders on there. Now we have to do the background. The background consists of one piece. You have to be very careful, because it's really, isn't this amazing how incredibly detailed things get with a Cricut. It would be very difficult for you to do this by hand, so I would not even attempt unless you are a master at X-Acto knives. I would always cut myself with the X-Acto knives, so I am not a huge fan. That's what I love about the Cricut. It does so much detail that you know, people just marvel at it, and I always tell them it's the machine, but you don't have to tell them that. You could say, yeah, I did all that. You know, it's okay. It can be your secret weapon. The Cricut machine can be your secret weapon. There, we'll put this there, and it gives that impression of big, huge trees in the background. And then the last thing is the snowflakes, which you can put anywhere, right? And I'll put them in a bit. So, and then we just want to affix the inside of the card. We do want to make sure it folds. Everything folds because we might want to mail this. But put a little bit of glue on the top. You know what I do? I usually get it settled on the top first, and then I come back and glue the bottom. Haha. Because, you know, glue can get a little messy, and if you don't actually position it correctly, it can get even messier. So we can just press down here. Now, some options. You don't have to make it as is. That's what's great about a Cricut and using Design Space. You could maybe put a written sentiment using your Cricut pens there. You could swap out, as I mentioned, you could change some of the solids for patterned paper, and you can swap this out if you would like. It's up to you. But that's the beauty of using SVGs that somebody else has designed, is you can sort of make it your own. Do a few things that really is going to scream, you know, you made this, I made this, and not in a bad way, in a good way. So, you know, you might decide to add a sort of a, you know, a saying, or change this, or use it, whatever. Maybe you like to use glitter or special elements for the truck. That's up to you too. So, and I'm just finishing up with the snowflakes. I wanted to tell you that I'm going to come back. I have been working on my cookies, getting my cookies ready. I'm kind of late going on that, but I'm going to start making cookies. We usually make, let's see, I usually make corgi cookies, and that's just a tradition that I have with my son. He loves corgi cookies, and sometimes I make them in gingerbread. I use a very old-fashioned gingerbread recipe that I have from actually from Martha Stewart. It's like a 40-year-old recipe, I think now, 30 or 40-year-old recipe that I use, that requires a lot of thought and a lot of ingredients. So this year I decided to use a cream cheese sugar cookie because everybody really loved that. My son loves gingerbread, so I don't know. I'm kind of torn. But at any rate, what I have done today, this morning, as I was preparing, I thought, gee, you know, a cookie box would make a really fun tutorial. So I wanted to show you this as like a sneak peek. This is a cookie box that I got the file from Mary at SVG Cuts, and it features some of this really kind of funky, cool paper that I just received from Cricut. It's the brand is Hostess with the Mostess, and it came from the Flannel and Frost paper collection. There you go. And it has some pretty cool plaids in there and some animals. I love this plaid. And I don't know, I'm just like really digging these like sort of semi-watercolor type of things with the animals. I don't know, it's kind of fun. So I told you that I was going to make some things with it. And so this is one of the projects that I'm going to present to you in a little bit with this paper. And again, this is a file that you can get from Mary at SVG Cuts, and I'm going to talk about that in length. I'll show you exactly how to put it together. It looks complicated. It's not. It is so simple, and you can change things out, but I usually line it. Well, I've made these before, and people just go crazy over it. And it's a great box, and it holds even the strongest gingerbread cookies. So it's a really great thing to go over. So to recap, this is a Lori Whitlock file. You can get it at shop.lorywhitlock, and it's LORI Whitlock.com. I can leave a link in the description of this video, and it's I think the file is simply called pickup pop-up. It's a tongue twister, but she has a lot of pickup images and projects, and they're just so much fun. I happen to favor the aqua color, so I was thinking this morning maybe I would switch this out with aqua, but then I thought red is Christmassy, so I left it red. So that's from Lori Whitlock, and then this box is from SVG Cuts, which is svgcuts.com. So two great sites to look at when you're thinking about SVGs. These are both SVGs, and that means it's a scalable vector graphic, which just simply means that when you go to resize it, it doesn't get all wonky and out of shape. You know, it stays its same shape that it was designed to be. And the great thing about Cricut and Cricut Design Space is that SVGs are welcome and encouraged to upload them into your Design Space canvas, and to make projects like this. It's super simple. So do stay tuned. If you're not already following me, please, I would encourage you to do that. First of all, you won't miss anything. But second of all, I have some giveaways going on, and I want you to get your name in for the giveaways. I am giving away a sunflower yellow cutie for anybody that is following me on my Facebook page. And then if you go a step further, you can qualify. If you go a step further by following me on YouTube, then you can qualify for one of 5 Easy Press minis with some infusible ink product. So lots of fun. We do these giveaways every month, and I just want you to be aware of it because you can qualify to win every month. It's you know, even if you've put your name in before, you can still qualify to win. So thanks so much for coming today. My name is Rita, and this is my channel, Miss Rita to the Rescue. I would encourage you to follow along with me as we do all kinds of projects in Cricut, mostly with Cricut projects and Cricut Design Space. And we just are having a whole lot of fun doing all kinds of projects, and really would love for you to follow along. Thanks so much for coming today. Have a wonderful day.